These two are fighting and ideas are banging around in Bella's head and heart like lights in a storm.
Oh. You're always reading now, Bella. You're losing some of your adorable way of speaking.
I'm a changeable feast, as are all of we. Apparently, according to Emerson, disagreed with by Harry.
Come, just come.
You were in my son.
What?
That is a clip from Poor Things. I'm delighted to say I've been joined by Emma Stone, Ramy Youssef, two of the stars of the movie. Welcome. How are you? Well, I know, Emma, you're not very well. Okay.
Well, no, I'm fine.
Which clip was it? Because we're in the room here. We didn't see the clip.
Yeah, me neither.
Could you talk to me about it? You don't even know.
It depends what we're given.
We're in the dark. We don't know which clip, but I'm sure it was a good one.
But what did you think of the clip anyway?
I
love that clip.
It felt it was powerful, and I felt it was feminist.
Did it sum up the movie as far as you're concerned?
I think that clip kind of says it all. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So Emma plays Bella Baxter, Ramy plays Max McCandles, and it's difficult to paint a picture of this movie without seeing it. So, but let us try. Introduce us to your character, Emma, and also tell us just how you got involved with this project, because you're a producer on the project as well.
Yeah, I was... Yorgos told me about this right after we had shot The Favorite in 2017. So he just gave me like a little bit of an overall view, and I just loved it so much. And
what did he say?
He just gave me like an outline of the book, but I think it wasn't very long. I don't remember specifically what he said. I just remember immediately saying, that sounds incredible. That sounds like something I would love to be a part of. And eventually I was, and we would talk about everything. And then he asked me to be a producer on it a couple of years later, because we had been talking about it the whole time. And it took about 4.5 years from the first time we talked about it to actually making it. But yeah, Tony had begun adapting it, and Tony wrote The Favorite, obviously. So I just wanted to be back in that world again.
So Ramy, when did you get involved? When did you step up here?
Probably incredibly late in the process. But I think that by the time I heard about it, I knew obviously that Yorgos and Emma had been working on it, and had this great conversation with Yorgos. He had seen my stand-up, he'd seen my show, and then kind of said, hey, we're doing this film, and walked me through it, and then said, why don't you read it? Let me know if you want to be in it. And then I said, I don't need to read it. I'll be there. And at the time I was shooting my show, and he was like, does it work with your schedule? And I was like, I'll just stop doing my show. That's how much I wanted to do it.
So it's based on, so the novel is by Alistair Gray. Emma, did you go back to that first when Yorgos had pitched it to you? You didn't want to see the book.
No. I wanted to read the script as it was. I knew that the novel was very different. He had explained that, and he kind of said, you don't really need to, because I have a tendency, Yorgos adapts a lot of material, either from short stories or novels, whatever it may be. And he typically has said to me, don't look at it, because you're going to get an idea in your head that it needs to be like the book. So read the script and let's build it on our own so that it feels like yours. And that I've had experiences like that also in the past, like doing Cruella or something. I didn't want to watch old versions or anything like that, because it sort of sits with you in a way that you think that's the right way to do it, or the right descriptors. So yeah, no, I was relying on the script.
So I also did, when we did this film, I refused to watch 101 Dalmatians. I said I can't have that in
Even
my
though
head
I told you should.
For Poor Things.
So many times.
I just wanted to have kind of like a clean Poor Things experience.
I think that's fair.
I don't even hang out with Dalmatians.
So when you saw the script, Ramy, because I'm intrigued, because so much of this is coming out of the screen. It's so visual, it's so stylized. What was it that made you think, no, I'm going to drop everything and I'm going to be in this film?
Yeah, well, it was so funny. And I think I'm such a fan of Yorgos, and I can't imagine that I would, as a fan of watching the films, I didn't think I would ever really understand a Yorgos script. I thought that he was going to send me something that looked like a manifesto or something. Because Killing of a Sacred Deer, Dogtooth, these are like movies that are such a huge part of why I love film. But part of why I love them is because they kind of transcend the page and they become this experience that you can feel. So he said he'd send me a script, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is going to look like. And then I read
And
it
then
and I
it
was
was
like,
just like white pages with writing.
with writing.
So it did look
like, it actually looked
similar
like
to a regular script.
And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sure it's going to be on parchment, but it was white. It was not parchment. But it was so funny. It was so clearly a comedy. And that really excited me.
Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's Take, then check out our social channels.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would. I have done.
Excellent.